Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So have you ever felt like someone you care about is slowly pulling away? Maybe they text less, cancel plans, or go silent, or simply avoid deeper connection. Maybe you have asked yourself, what did I do wrong, or are they avoiding me? If that's you, you are not alone. In this video, over the next few minutes, I want to walk you with you through why people avoid, what does that does to you emotionally and mentally, and most importantly, what you can do right now to protect your well-being and gain clarity and decide your next steps. So stay with me. If you haven't subscribed my channel, just go in for subscribe it so you can get latest updates. I often talk about relationships and emotional health and boundaries and self-respect because I believe mental health is not just about surviving but about living with dignity and clarity. And today's topic is something many people go through but few talk about openly. The pain and confusion when someone avoids you, whether it's a friend, partner, or family member. Avoidance can stir deep insecurity, fear, and sadness. But here's the truth: the video is not about forcing someone to stay, it's about helping you stand firm, whether they come back or not. Because your emotional safety matters. Whether you watch now or not, return later. What you learn here can help you handle avoidance with self respect, clarity, and inner strength. So, first, I will talk about what avoidance actually means. Let's begin by defining it. Avoidance can look different depending on the person. It may show up as messages that go unanswered or answered after long delays, plans that get cancelled again and again, emotional distance you talk but feel like you are hitting a wall or their responses feel flat, withdrawal of interest or enthusiasm, and ghosting just silence. There is an important distinction: behavior versus meaning. The fact that they cancel or don't reply, that's behavior. What your mind tells you: they don't care about me, I'm a good not good enough, I must have done something wrong. That's meaning, a true story you tell yourself. But one of the first steps towards clarity is separating these two and observe the behaviors and pause and don't jump immediately to the story, because when we confuse behavior with meaning, we allow our mind to spiral often into painful assumptions. That clarity, behavior versus meaning, is the first protective boundary. And why people avoid and what are the possible reasons. You might be wondering about why people avoid at all, and it always about you? The truth is not always. There are many psychological, emotional, and circumstantial reasons someone might avoid or withdraw. Here are some common ones. They might be overwhelmed or stressed. Maybe their life is heavy: work, family, mental health. Sometimes withdrawal is a form of self protection or coping, not necessarily rejection. Fear or insecurity. Intimacy, vulnerability, emotional exposure can feel risky, and avoiding can feel safer than risking pain. Past trauma or attachment patterns. For some, closeness has been painful or unseen before. Avoidance becomes a habit of self preservation. Then confusion or mixed feelings. Maybe they don't know what they want and they are conflicted inside. And withdrawal might reflect their inner uncertainty, not judgment of you. Poor emotional communication skills. Not everyone knows how to process or express feelings. Avoidance can be can be a default when it's overwhelmed. And if you allow yourself to see these possibilities even quietly, you step out of the trap of self blame and you stop trying to carry responsibilities that may not be of yours. So, you know, and that shift from what's wrong with me to maybe this is about them and their struggle can relieve a lot of pain. And then emotion cognitive impact. When someone avoids you, especially someone you care about, it isn't just hurt for a moment, it can stir deep emotional mental reactions. You might feel sadness, loneliness, confusion, anger, even shame. You might think I must be unlovable, maybe I push too hard, maybe I'm not in worth it, and you might find yourself trapped in rumination, replaying conversations, wondering what you could have done differently, imagining worst case scenarios. This impact isn't superficial, it affects your self esteem, your senses of safety, your trust in relationships, and when unaddressed, it can erode your inner peace. And recognizing this impact, or naming it, feeling it, and acknowledging it is a critical step, because until you name it, you can't heal it. Then, what do you truly want and need? You know, there's some questions I invite you to reflect on. What do I feel when they avoid me? Not just the surface hurt, but what's under that? The fear, rejection, abandonment, and loneliness. What story did I automatically create about their avoidance? Are those stories helpful or painful? What do I value in relationship? Respect, honesty, presence, safety, and boundaries? If I treat myself with self-respect, what choices would that look like? And what are my boundaries? What do I accept and what do I refuse? What will I feel like healthy care for myself right now, regardless of whether they come back or not? So acknowledge each gender, right? Without censoring, let the feelings out in the questions still. This process isn't about blaming them, it's about reconnecting with your own inner self values, okay? Now, what practical steps you can take? You can communicate calmly and clearly. You can feel ready and safe. You can send a message or talk. I have noticed some distance between us lately, and I value you that I care about our relationship. I also need to take care of my feelings. If you want to talk, I'm here, but I need clarity for my peace of mind. Use I statements, speak from your truth. Do not accuse, demand, or attack. Just express what you feel and what you need. Give space with emotional self care. If they continue to avoid, allow yourself to step back. Recognize that their avoidance is their behavior. You don't have to chase. Use this time to invest in self care, connect with support friends, family, journal, engage in hobbies, therapy, wherever nourishes you. Practice self compassion. Remind yourself their distance doesn't define your worth. And build emotional resilience. When painful feelings arise, pause, breath, notice the thought feeling, ask that, is this thought helpful, or this is a story, challenge unhelpful beliefs. Try daily check, like a small journaling session, a walk, mindfulness, self-talk, strengthen your inner foundation, and decide with clarity, not with desperation. After some time, days, or week, revisit your reflections. Maybe you feel ready to reconnect. Maybe you realize it's time to let go. Wherever you choose, do it from calm, not panic, from self-respect, not fear. Because your emotional safety and dignity matter more than chasing someone's presence. And then why this matters long-term emotional health from a psychological perspective. When someone avoids, our brain tries to fill the gap. Fear, insecurity, attachment wounds amplify the pain. When the stories we create inside are harsher than reality, we may assume the worst, but really we do pause and to consider uncertainty, complexity, and possibly that this isn't about us. But by learning to differentiate facts from stories, by giving ourselves self compassion, by setting values based boundaries, we build emotional resilience and we stop reacting automatically. Instead, we respond consciously, we can't reclaim our agency. This isn't about punishing the other person, it's about healing, growth, and protecting your heart. Over time, the inner clarity, this ground self respect, becomes a foundation of healthier relationships, better boundaries, and more emotional stability. So, like for instance, I would like to give you some scenarios like your friend slowly pulls away, less contact, and vague replies. You feel hurt and confused. You take in calmly. Hey, I have noticed we haven't talked much. I miss your connection. Is it everything okay? If they respond, good, you may get clarity. If they don't, you don't give yourself space. Lean into self care. Accept that you cannot control their choices, only yours. Then, romantic partner becomes emotionally distant, avoid deeper connections. You express your feelings in calm, honest way. Like, I feel distant lately, I care about you, I need to know what's going on. And you give them a chance to share. If they stay silent or avoid, you evaluate, does this relationship meet your emotional needs? If not, you protect your boundaries. And family member avoid conversation about your mental health or struggles. You try gentle communication. I understand this may be hard, but my feelings matter too. You often alternative, you know, maybe writing a letter or talking when they are ready. Meanwhile, you seek support from trusted friends, therapy, or community. In every scenario, you take control of what you can do. You respond on yourself, respect your healing, and noticing your worth doesn't depend on others' presence. And building a long-term self-care and healing framework. Dealing with avoidance isn't a one-time fix. Healing and emotional health involve building daily practices. Daily emotional check-ins. Spend a few minutes reflecting on what you feel, what triggered you, and how you respond. Self-compassion practices like gentle self-talk. It's okay to feel hurt. I'm allowed to take care of myself. Support relationships portfolio. Nurture multiple meaningful connections, friends, and community therapy, so your emotional well-being isn't tied to one person. And journaling a reflection, document your feelings, powering growth, helps you track triggers and response over time in clarity and revisit your values and boundaries. Know what you want in relationships, what you expect and accept, and what you don't. Let these guide your choices. By investing in yourself, your inner strength, and your values and your peace, you become less vulnerable to the other unpredictable behaviors. And if you are watching this, maybe you felt lost, hurt, scared, or uncertain. I want you to say you are not weak, you are human, you are someone who cares. Feeling pain doesn't make you broken, it makes you real. And choosing to heal, to protect your heart, to set boundaries, make you strong. If this person becomes back or stays away, your worth remains intact and your emotions matter. Your peace matters, and you deserve to live with dignity, clarity, and emotional safety. If this video resonated with you, if it helped you feel a little more seen, a little more clear, and please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing it, because maybe someone else out there just like you needs to hear these words. And in the comments, I'd like to hear your experiences, what you felt avoided, what helped you heal, and what questions you still have. Your story might help someone else. Take care of yourself. Know that you matter a lot. Then take care. See you soon. Goodbye.